So this is part 4 of a tutorial on how to make a cheese platter using Autodesk Inventor 2018. So in the last tutorial I ended up having a little difficulty making an arc here, and I know what the glitch was, so here we go. We're going to get back into this and do it again. So to start off with, we have this maple piece, and that's that piece, and that's where our sketch is on, and you can see the sketch right here. So we're going to double click the sketch, and in this sketch now I'm going to make a circle, and I'm just going to drag it and click it somewhere. As long as it doesn't highlight on any other lines, we're good. What I mean by that is it doesn't constrain to lines. So I'm not going to worry about a dimension yet, but when I go now to go tangent, where I messed up in the last tutorial is I was supposed to go tangent from here to the circle here, and this one not to the line but to the actual arc here. That's what I messed up on. All right, now what I can do is I can put a dimension in here. So if I change it to 5, you can see it arcs or still joins at that fillet there. And if I make it even bigger, and put 6, okay, it goes big, but it still joins there. So that's kind of where I'm glitching. I just got to move down here a bit more. I'm going to leave this right now. I'm going to change it back to, I don't know, let's go 4. No, 4 is too small. So let's go back to 5. Shoot, double click it and go 5. All right, so from here, I can trim out. So I'm going to trim this circle out, and I'm going to look in closer. I'm going to trim off this little bit, and up in here, no, we're all good there. So there's our arc there. And then next is I'm going to mirror it. So I'm going to mirror this arc. The mirror line is the center line of this piece of wood. And I'm going to click on apply. There it is there. And then I'm going to trim out this bit. I'm going to scroll in here, trim that bit out. Go up here, I'm going to zoom in, trim that, and I'm going to trim this one and that one so you can see the shape of our platter starting to take fold. And I'm also going to add right now a circle in the middle. So right there, that's just a hole in the center, and I'll dimension it. And again, this is up to you what you do. I'm making it 1 inch, and I think this one here I'm going to make a little smaller. Let's go 2.75. See what that does. That just makes a little different shape. So you look at that. Maybe the neck is too thin for you. Maybe you don't want it coming through this black walnut piece. So if I was to increase this and put 6, you can see it's still going to slice through that a bit, right? So maybe if I increase this to 3, right, it's just almost on the outside of it. So maybe I'm going to change this arc, and maybe this arc's going to be 6.5. There we go. So now there it doesn't intersect with the black walnut, and we go from there. So the last part of this is we're going to put a border around the outside, so a rectangle. We pick the point up here and pick this point here, and that puts a border around the outside, and you'll understand why in a second. We click Finish Sketch. From here, go back to 3D Model, Extrude, and I'm going to extrude the outside, and I'm going to extrude this middle hole. And click on OK, and we have a cheese platter. Right, so there's our basic shape. If you don't like that, you can always go back and modify it. Right? So now, go to Fillet. From Fillet, I'm going to make a radius of 0.25. And then I'm just going to pick all these different corners. So this one, you've got to, oops, Control Z, that was the wrong one. Let's try that one again, Fillet. So that one there, this one here. And, oops, I did the wrong thing. Oops, cancel. What am I doing? Oh, let me redo this. Sorry. Redo it. There we go. Now back to fillet. So pick this one. Now the problem I did last time is I didn't pick this edge. So I'm going to pick these edges. Okay, and pick this edge, that edge, that edge, and that edge. Oops, did it again. Can I unpick it? Uh-oh, now I just really screwed up. So I got to hit cancel. And you might want to consider maybe applying a couple times, because if you screw up like I do, you just got to repeat the whole thing. So let's do this really slowly. Those edges, that edge, go slow, that one. Okay, and then out here, got to pick this one. There, you get the idea with this. And I'll just keep going around. And that one, pick the inner circle. And I think that's, oh, I got one more to pick, which is right here. There we go. Okay, so I think I got them all picked for only one side. I click on Apply. And there we go. We have our cheese platter pretty much done. The only thing I need to do is turn off my my planes. So I go back to my middle piece, and I go to Origin, and I can right mouse click and go Visibility, right mouse click, Visibility, and there you go. There is what currently is the cheese platter finished. So again, you can always modify stuff. I can go over here and get rid of the edges now and just go shaded. It looks a little better, right? So that concludes the tutorial on how to make a cheese platter for your first laminated project.